Now we review 2025's City of Demons. Isn't that a Constantine movie? No? Weird. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen 2025's City of Demons, which was a very confusing movie. There were like these real estate agents who were selling this like house, and there were monsters or something there, or ghosts or some crap like that. There were some chicks watching fake puppet Elvis bang some chick on stage, and a couple of other things. And then Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man showed up. It's a really weird movie. So, I'm pretty sure what happened was there appears to be another film called Constantine, City of Demons. So, City of Demons appears to have been released because I think they could get away with that title. There's no City of Demons involved at all. Or even demons, so far as I could tell. Yeah. However, this, you would be forgiven for thinking this was a porn movie, although there was no sex, and it was exclusively female nudity, which, I mean, I have no problem with that. There were some lesbians banging, or chicks that were not lesbians banging, or something like that. A lot of chicks running around naked in this film, huge amount of nudity. Primarily, they were women of the bite-sized variety, so if you were hoping to see some awesome bouncers around, no, they were very perky little things. Yeah. A lot of whining, a lot of I want to go home, sort of things, which kind of implies that maybe, like, I don't know what this was. Seems like it was a bunch of short films that were just had nothing to do with each other, that they brought together for no apparent reason in order to make a movie in short time, in order to, capitalize on the release of Constantine, City of Demons. So, on the one hand, Hooter movie. Al Bundy would probably enjoy this movie. And, on the other hand, crap. I mean, not a lot of resolution going on. I think these were all just a bunch of plots that never got finished, or maybe they just filmed them because they had nothing else to film, but I mean, I couldn't tell you how any of the segments ended because I just didn't care at that point. The movie just, I'm sitting there at work. I had to turn the sound down because of all the moaning. And it's like, this movie is suspiciously porn-like. And I'm going to grant you that I really haven't seen enough porn movies to know what they're like. But I do have to point out that this is not safe for work viewing. Although if you were hoping for gore and violence, you're going to be disappointed. I mean, there were just segments in there that made no damn sense. I don't know what was happening, but they were there. They were there to sell a product. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, City of Demons is kind of, it's not weird enough to be a fans of the genre only sort of a film. It's at the bottom of your watch list for the average person. Now, I'm going to say, if you are fans of the genre, which is crappy movies with lots of nudity, then yeah, 100%, you should watch this movie. Although my understanding being is that most of the Evil Bong series, has lots of nudity in it. So you should watch those, although I don't know what quality they are. I've never really watched those movies. From what I understand, in Evil Bong, you take a rip of the bong and then you go into bong land and bong things. And chicks get naked. It was short on substance, long on boobs. But anyway, so yeah, City of Demons, can't really recommend it for the average viewer. But if you want to see yourself some perky boobies, yeah, wonderful film. Anyway, just my opinion. Love to hear yours in the comments below. I'm Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fred the Facehugger, and I'd like to point out that this world isn't a nice place. But you know who's trying to make it a nice place? The owner of this channel, yes. The owner of this channel does things like pay for ocean cleanup, and have trees planted, and even feed orphans in an orphanage in Mexico. Yes, it's a real thing, I'm not kidding. I may be a face-hugging alien from a horror movie, but I'm not a liar. Anyway, when you comment, like, and subscribe, you're supporting that better world, and whereas it may not make a big difference, it may be the difference between one more tree planted, one more pound of trash out of the ocean, or one child not going hungry tonight. So, think about it. Shouldn't you comment? Shouldn't you like? Shouldn't you subscribe? I certainly would if I were you. I'm Fred.